Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm just sitting here reading the chat. I'm loving it. Um, and I wish I could respond, but I got to get going. But for those of you that are talking about your teeth and what you went through as a kid, ditto, ditto. I I'll talk to you about that at some other point. But um, hello, Wynn, Arkansas. A lot of people don't put where they're from. I actually know where most of you are from now. Yeah, I got Idaho on. Okay. I see some new people. I got some new people happening. I'm gonna get right into this. West Chicago, Southern Oregon. But what we're gonna do is I got a couple of announcements that are some are funny and a couple of them are really important. For those of you that are waiting for the Facebook gathering prayer community, I will be emailing that link out tomorrow. Okay. So I was going to do it today, but I'm up to, I got so much going on that I just can't. I just got that video up. Raise the hand if you're voting for the convicted felon. And I'll tell you about that in a second. But here, right here, go to thegatheringmovement.org. Okay. It'll be a drop down or go to subscribe in the corner. Fill that out. It's your name. I think it's your name and your email. And then you'll get an email tomorrow. In fact, I got to make sure I do that. Hang on a second. Give me a minute. Okay. So tomorrow you'll get an email with a link. Okay. Now you're going to have to be allowed in by one of the moderators, and that's Renee's involved with that, and a bunch of people, Dennis and I. So and then you're going to be able to put up your prayer requests. Don't feel like you have to wait for one of us to pray. That's not how this goes. This is a body ministry. You can pray for people. You can put up prayer requests. You think for the country, for Mr. T. I mean, whatever you think. Okay, whatever you're feeling on your heart. Please don't turn it into God gave me this prophetic word and this is what's, because I'm gonna eliminate those. Unless you're Kim Clement, it's not going to happen on that chat. So I just want you aware of that. A lot of people are asking me. It's not a place to put your own personal prophetic utterances and what God spoke to you. But if you have a revelation that you can give someone from experience, from what God spoke to you many years ago, that will help them, and you pray for them, that's what we need. Okay. This isn't about me. This isn't about you. It's not about who we are, what we think, what we hear. It's about a body ministry, helping each other, getting through difficult times. All right. That's that. Okay. So that's tomorrow. Also, let me just say this really quick. I told you guys last weekend or Friday on Fab 4th that I was going to do raise your hand if you're voting for the a convicted felon. You guys got to know me, man. If you don't know me by now, I don't know. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So everybody sent in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday, I put the thing together. I had hundreds of people. I had to put them through to a screen. There was so many people. And I put it out. So now tons of people today are still sending me their pictures. So it's done. It's on YouTube. Look it up. It's on my channel. People are loving it. I'm getting a lot of reaction. From people that are sending it to people kind of that are known that are getting a lot of reaction as well. So I loved it. I laughed looking at some of the pictures. I'm gonna do another one, but it's gonna be more fun. It's gonna be. I'm gonna tell you what to do. It's gonna be more fun. So that'll be happening. So no more pictures. No more pictures. You're blowing up my emails, and I can't use them. Okay. All right. Next thing is we are taking it back. I partner with that company in Idaho, and there's tons of look. If I'm being who I am, there's some products on there that I'm not going to get, but other people do. So, to each his own. Maybe they don't aware, maybe they don't care, whatever. But the company is a U.S. based company, everything produced in the U.S. And it is a Patriot company. I had a long talk with the owner of the company, and he is Mr. T all the way. So this is a great place to buy stuff. Cleaning stuff, a lot of their makeup is clean and good. Some of it I'm not crazy about, but a lot of it still is. Also, now let me tell you the biggest thing. They have grass-fed, grass-finished beef that they're right on their own land. Okay, if you're a beef eater, that's the place to get it. Okay, now if you are already a member of We Are Taking It Back and this company, then you can contact the person that you spoke to, and they will tell you about the beef. If you're not involved at all, go to wearetakingitback.com. Give me your name and your email or your phone, and I think it's your email too. I'm not sure, but we will reach out through text, okay, and say, listen, we got information. Do you want it? You know, that kind of thing. Okay, we don't spam anybody. You're not going to hear from me 1,000 times. It's just not what I do. Okay, that's done. Now, last but not least, Jenna sent over. She said to me, "Do what you feel, Mom." With the joyandcountry.com. That's our other fundraisers. We have 2 of them to do everything we do, the gatherings and everything that we do. This is how we do it. Besides donations, obviously. So I went back to the OG, the original gangster. God's Got This. This was our first t-shirt. God's Got This. We designed it. A lot of people are copying it now. Also comes in V-neck, also comes in a ton of colors. Go to joyandcountry.com. Jeanette, yes, I do order it from them, and it is like butter. It's like butter. Jeanette, I'm not kidding you. I'm telling you, you come back and, I don't know. Renee, Deborah's saying it's not grass finished. I thought it was. So, good. Renee, you're on it. Anyway, yeah, Jeanette, incredible. That's all I can tell you. Incredible. To the point where I couldn't eat that. I couldn't eat beef because of my intestinal thing I deal with. I didn't eat it for years, and I'm able to eat that. So there you go. Anyway, here we go. God's Got This. Go to joyandcountry.com. This is Jenna. Our daughter put this up. It has all kinds of things. You go to joyandcountry.com. You actually can get a whole wardrobe there. And remember, it's that this is us. Okay, so we're not going to a manufacturer in China and having little kids make the clothes. Just so you know. The other thing is she's gave me 3 things to show. Here is Psalm 91 necklace with the angel wing and the little marble and the rhinestones around it. That is, we still have a few of those. Then we have our newest designer. She is a friend, a patriot, United States based. This is a Austrian crystal, the angel feather, and God's Got This. Okay, and it's on a toggle. This is like the best. And there it is. Last but not least, yes, we got them back, but she only can make so many. This is the Faith bracelet. It says Faith. It's got the angel feather, Austrian crystals, and this base, antique silver base, is from Israel. Okay, just so you're aware. This is probably the most gorgeous. Again, we only got a few. These are tough to make. Okay, joyandcountry.com. Delora's Closet, or in the link below in the description. You can get where all of this is. All right. I think that's it. Oh no. She said to let you know she added a ton of new items and a bunch of patriotic themed clothes for 4th of July. And remember, free U.S. shipping. You don't pay for shipping on any of this stuff. So the $6, $7, $8, $5, $8, whatever it is, we take, Jenna takes care of that. And first time buyers use the code WELCOME10. You'll get an extra 10% off. Okay. Now, this is probably not going to be a hugely popular topic. When I do health things, I don't get as many views as you know, I don't do this for views. I don't get paid on these views. I do this because when God reveals something to me, it burns in me until I reveal it to you. Okay. Now, that was just like the last OTC I did was on gaslighting last week. Now, I got to say this. Thank you all for your emails and your prayers and everything. I know you all thought I was doing it out of a personal situation. I was not. Praise the Lord. Right now, family's intact. Not that we all agree, but we agree to disagree, and we love each other through it. Okay. So thank you for your prayers, but don't worry. We're good. We're good. But I love that you care, and I love you all dearly. But the reason I did that is because I get so many emails from people that aren't in that situation as of yet. But we have great hope and faith in God. So I felt to do that. I felt to just let people know so you would be affirmed and vindicated for what you're feeling, and that it's many times it's not you. Okay. All right. So we're going to get going here. Disclaimer. You know, I make these at the beginning of every show. I share the health information that God gives me. What has been happening is I told you the story. I went to a hair stylist, and first time there, and I didn't want to go to that appointment, but I was kind of forced to. And then I ran into this, functional practitioner, and we held hands, and we both started crying. And then I find out she's a believer, and we were so. And I just had a more early morning drink with her a couple days ago, and we started talking about this. In fact, she's on here somewhere, but I'm sure she'll chime in if I'm saying something wrong. But just so you know, okay, I'm not. How can I say this? I know some of you get concerned when I just share health info. It's like, why I can't take anymore. I can't take anymore. People perish for a lack of knowledge. Okay. The tests that I had done, I truly believe that if God did not intercept Dennis and I, especially me, at that point, I probably maybe 5 years from now, I wouldn't be here. Okay. I know God has a lot for us to do, especially moving forward with the impact centers. So when I get something, it may not be for 500 people on here. It may only be for one person to save their life. And if I do all this for one person's life, thank you, Jesus, for letting me do it. Okay. All right. So let me just say this. Fire 812. Go to wearetakingitback.com. And if you fill that out, we will explain to you. Okay. All right. So I don't want you to think that this is for all of you, or, you must do what I'm saying. I can't even do yet what I'm going to explain to you for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm working on my body. And so we're draining and we're detoxing and doing all this stuff we have to do. I'm not going to now do something else. And if I'm being very candid, we don't have the money to do it right now. I don't think it's more than $300 or $400, but then there's a path after. Do you understand? So I'm telling you all this because this is where we're headed, but it's not where we have to go right now. Okay. But it doesn't mean you don't learn and understand and grow in knowledge. So let's begin. All right. Here, I'm going to give you some facts. Okay. Fact. According to specialist Dr. Don Ewing, EWING, you can look these people up. 98% of women who have breast cancer have had a root canal done on the same side of where the tumor is. That's a fact. It's not an opinion. Fact. Nearly 100% of those who have chronic illnesses have at least one root canal in their mouth. So, of course, I thought I had 3 root canals, and I went in my mouth last night and I'm counting my crowns, and I've got 5 root canals. Fact. The biggest toxic influence in the body in a chronically ill person is a root canal tooth. Fact. The leading authority in cardiovascular prevention, which is Bale and Doneen, Doneen, does not condone root canals because of the bacteria that can travel to the heart. Fact. According to Dr. Thomas E. Levy, Levy, cardiovascular author, the vast majority of people with chronic degenerative diseases begin with problems in the mouth. Only when they are addressed will you get a positive response with your disease. Dr. McCullough, very known everywhere. So many quotes, but he said it's probably the biggest hidden source of toxicity in our entire body. And the last fact is 25 million new root canals. Dawn, I'll get to the answer in a second. 25 million new root canal procedures are done each year in the United States. How many times have you heard? Now, look, I ate well as a kid because my parents made me, and we ate off the land, and my father we lived on farm areas, and the guy next door to us raised cattle, and they would order a hind quarter, and we had an extra freezer for the beef, and my mom we would grow all the vegetables. She had a root cellar. I had all that. But what they didn't know. And when I got off the bus, there was a little place in Agawam, Massachusetts, at the corner of Silver and Suffield Street, and it was called Carpinelli's. And I would go in there, and on the way home, I would get a devil dog and a candy bar, or a candy bar and a Coke and a bag of potato chips, whatever it was, and that's what I would eat. A lot of times they didn't know it. My parents never would have that stuff in the house, but because of it, I didn't brush my teeth after I was a kid. I got a lot of cavities. Now, like many of you said at the beginning, I did not. My mom was terrified of shots. So from the time I was 6 years old and I first went to a dentist till I was like 13 or 14, and my friend said to me, "You get fillings without Novocaine?" Yes, I did. So I get it. Some of these doctors and dentists were like, I don't even want to go into that, but what they were like, you might as well throw leeches on your body. That's the type of, and I'm not that old. So I'm like, it's not like my kids laugh. They go, well, you're from the 1900s with the horse and buggy. It's a standing joke, but no. So I was, getting these things done, and these people were like brutal. So here's the issue. The issue is this, and this is what I've learned. If you have a diseased organ, for example, say you have an appendix, it's diseased. They remove the organ. They don't drain the organ of toxins and then surround it with a hard wall and leave it in your body because it'll decay. It'll poison, and God knows what else. Same with the tooth. The tooth is a living structure. It has a blood supply. It has a nerve supply. So when a tooth dies and becomes infected, and you hear those horrific words, you're going to have a root canal to save the tooth. For me, now, knowing what I know, I should have said pull it. I didn't know. I didn't know. I mean, I just discovered this, guys. This is like, look, maybe other people knew this for years, and if you did, praise the Lord. I'm sorry I did not. But when truth gets dropped on me, I believe that's why God gave me off the cuff for this stuff. A lot of people don't talk about this. I do. Okay. So a tooth dies, becomes infected, decide to do a root canal. Even the best endodontist, and I went to the best dentist. I'm very careful about who I go to. A root canal specialist can do the best job of cleaning out your tooth and the main canal and everything. Problem is, this is the problem. There's thousands of tubules. Tubules, and they're these little tiny meridian veins. And believe it or not, one tooth has 6 to 8 miles of them. So you've got all these tubules that are teeny, but are big enough for bacteria to get in. And you remove the roots. So now you've got all these tubules floating out into your jaw and it's not connected to the root. Your tooth is there all by itself like a rock. It's not connected to anything. But underneath are all these tubules not connected to the tooth anymore because the root is gone. So there's no way for your immune system to travel up these tubules to the root to heal that tooth. Now, cannot fight infection. So many of us, and I don't even know if my 5 root canals have infections and it's going into my body. And maybe that's where, when I had the organic test done and heavy metals and everything, all the biotoxins that were found, ding, 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 probably from here. But like I said, I wish I had an endless amount of funds. Just go do it all. I don't. My body also will get traumatized. Right now, I'm going through reactionary periods. I just went through one yesterday. So you got to understand, you can't throw everything at your body and do everything like this when your body is used to certain things. It has to be a gradual process, line upon line, precept upon precept. That's how we have to do this thing. Okay? All right. Now, here's another fact. This is this guy's name, Dr. Gerald H. Smith. He's a DDS. Okay, he's an endodontist as well. He's an author, renowned educator. Says 70 to 90% of all medical problems originate in the mouth. Now, I know a ton of them originate in your gut, okay? But now I'm realizing this and this are connected. Actually, your whole body is connected by meridians, and most of your body is electrical. You understand? And it's just fascinating to me what I'm learning. I wish I knew this 20, 30 years ago. What are you going to do? But most conventional dentists still do not believe that teeth are related to the body. They believe that there's this, rocks in your mouth and it's just its own little world and the rest of the body has nothing to do with it. More than any other organs, the teeth are connected to the lymph system, the autonomic nerve system, more than any other organ. Now I'm going to read you this that I got online. That I got to read the thing because I can't explain it better than I can read it. Okay. Talking about meridians in your body. Energy meridians are the highways that bring vitality and balance, remove energy blockages, stagnations, and imbalances, adjust metabolism, determine the speed and form of cellular change. The energy meridian flow is critical to health in both the body and the oral microbiome. Tooth meridians, which are those energy highways, pass through both energy systems of all the teeth and all associated organ systems. Now, I'm going to show you something in a minute, mind-blowing to me. Okay? Tooth meridians become an important element of restoring health when the energy is obstructed or unregulated by elements such as root canals, corrosive metals, infections, amalgam side effects. When the individual tooth meridian energy system that supplies other bodily organs become damaged or blocked, infections may result in a subtle or drastic decline in overall health and may result in a risk of disease processes. Okay? Now I'm going to show you something that was given to me day before yesterday. Each tooth connects specifically. You know how you look at the feet, you look at reflexology in the feet, and and here it connects to your diaphragm, and over here it connects to your lungs. This is exactly the same in your teeth. Let me tell you something. I have spoken to many people over the last 24 hours that are very into health, and not one of them knew this. So each tooth connects specifically and energetically to certain organs and glands. So here you go. Here's teeth reflexology guide. All right. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a screenshot of that and then put it in your phone or on your computer and blow it up. Now, you could probably, if you Google teeth reflexology guide, you can get this so it'll be clearer. Okay. But let me show you a couple of things. Like, for example, my molars on the top. Okay. Right here. I have a molar number 14 that coincides with left breast, thyroid, and spleen. Now let me get a little transparent here. Okay. I had a lump in my left breast. I was concerned about it. I went to an applied kinesiologist, and he said it was parabens, which is then when I got off of anything paraben related. And when I did, it shrunk, and now I know it's nothing. Thyroid. I have nodes on my thyroid. You realize that? That's from one root canal I had right there. Now, here's the same. Here's another graph that you can use. And if you, your teeth are all numbered. If you start, you realize that you're starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you're going around and then you're coming back around. That's how it goes. Again, you can find these online. Okay. Again, no one told me this. Do you know how many practitioners I speak to? Do you know how many homeopaths I speak to? Do you know how many health gurus I speak to? Nobody told me this. What are they doing? Hiding the truth? I don't understand it. See, I don't understand this. Now they tell me, oh yeah, I knew about that. I don't believe them. If they knew about it, they would have told me. That's how important this is. Okay? I could name 2 and I'm not going to because I love them, but I'm angry at them. 95% of women who have breast cancer, okay, and have a thermography, okay, instead of mammograms. Don't get mammograms. Either an ultrasound or a thermography, okay? But if they go have a thermographic, that's with heat. Heat shows up all over your body, red spots of heat of their whole body. It's found that most of them, like literally 95%, found hot spots in their jaws and in their teeth near where they had the root canals. And the root canal they had done is on the same side of the breast they got breast cancer. Okay. With men, they tested 60 men with cancer. 96% of them had a tooth that correlated with the organ, the side that had cancer. Some doctors, because of their teaching, say they can't buy into the concept of electricity going through the body's meridians, and they continue to do root canals. But look, let me, can I be frank? Since when am I not? You just spent a couple $100,000 on equipment in your office. You're a new dentist. Somebody comes to you with this. Oh no, x-rays are doing nothing. You're not going to find out about it. It's two-dimensional. You see the height and you see the width. It's not 3D. Okay, and I'll explain to you about 3D in a minute. But what are they going to do? Oh no, you don't need that. I don't believe that. Of course they don't believe that. They still eat Cheetos at lunch. Do you understand? But some are finally taking a look at this. They're called holistic dentists. Biographical, I think they're called dentists. I think that's what it is. And so they're taking a look at this. I would never go to a dentist that didn't deal with some realm of this. One of the examples of a dentist that was aware of this is a patient came to him with emphysema. This is an incredible story to me, and they're all over online. Biological. Thank you, Dennis. Biological dentist. Oh, Top Guide. Yeah, Top Guide. Top Guide. Well, I better not say who she is, because then I'm going to lose the whole thing here. I'm going to lose it. Yeah, it's biological. Thank you. One of the examples is a patient went in and came to him with emphysema. Okay. And when he checked a tooth surgery, he had 15 years prior, his jaw was infected. 15 years. They pulled the tooth. Emphysema disappeared. Okay. Now, I want you to watch this short video.
Nobody who has an abscess in the body would suggest ignoring it, and the same with dental abscesses. The problem is that they're frequently asymptomatic. Most people who come to see me who have root canals, they turn out to be infected, but they're not coming with a sore tooth. Nobody comes to see me with a sore tooth. They come with their arthritis, their fatigue, their cancer, their heart disease, and it turns out when I get a scan done of the root canal that there's bone being absorbed because of chronic infection of the tooth.
Conventional dentistry believes that you should save a tooth at all costs. And if the patient dies, well, that was the price of saving the tooth. They don't really come with the concept that you should take things that are dead out of the body.
Okay, so let's talk about this plain and simple. All right, all over YouTube are many videos. Root cause. I got some of this stuff from. There's a ton of them. I've watched many of them. You put in root canal health and a bunch will pop up. I'm just going to skim the surface here. I could go down this rabbit hole and spend 3 hours on here. The amount of knowledge and scientific experiments that are way too many. So let me continue. What I've learned recently about this is most issues are tied to toxicity. And most of those toxic issues are tied to your teeth, especially if you've had one or more root canals. Most times they are a silent kind of infection. Now, this is an actual scan done from my functional practitioner who had this done. I got her name and everything blocked out. She didn't have any pain. Her and her husband did this, wanted to see if their teeth were okay. So here is what they found, okay? Streptococcus mutans, Streptococcus mitis, Provotella nigricin. So I don't even know what these are, but these are the species of toxins that were found in microbes that were found in this sample, that what they did with this cone beam. It's like a CAT scan. Okay. what it does, the cone beam, is it gives you a three-dimensional view of the tooth. And many times that they find the tooth is abscessed or has an infection underneath, and you don't even know it. Like you don't even feel it. Now understand, I'm sitting here with 5 root canals in my mouth. I'm like, what do I do? Now look, maybe some of you have insurance that will cover this. If they find something, I'm not sure how much it costs. I believe it costs anywhere to get a cone beam scan. It costs anywhere from 300, 400, maybe 500, 600, depending on where you live. So we're going to wait on doing that scan just because it's smart for us to do it. We're dealing with our bodies. We're dealing with the toxic load now. We have to do this. This is probably a 6 to 8 month process for us. And then we'll go to the next step, or I'm going to have to take out a loan and, and sell jewelry or something. I don't know. But I felt it was important for those that might be suffering from a chronic or terminal illness to get this information. Again, if I could save one person, it was worth me doing this. Okay, now I'm going to, I want to play this one more video for you. This is incredible. This is Dr. Weston, and my mind was blown. Watch this.
The earliest research on root canal treated teeth that clearly demonstrated how toxic they were all of the time was the work of Dr. Weston Price.
Dr. Weston Price, who did 25 years of research on root canals, found that they could cause almost anything, from mental disease to heart disease to arthritis.
So when Weston Price started doing root canals on his patients, he found that a lot of them were getting sick. And so he started doing some research. He'd take out the tooth, he would sterilize the tooth on the outside, making sure that there was nothing as far as bacteria, slip it under the skin of a rabbit, and found out that the rabbit had whatever disease the patient had.
Who, let's say, had heart disease, kidney disease, arthritis, neurologic disease, you name it. And even more amazingly is it would take that same tooth and successively put it underneath the skin of 20, 30, 50 consecutive rabbits, and they all developed the same medical syndrome as the original person who supplied that tooth.
Can you imagine that? Let me say that again. They took a tooth from a person that had a chronic illness. That tooth, they sterilized it, they cleaned it, they did everything, but they took up to, what did it say, 50 or 60 rabbits, put the tooth under the skin of the rabbit, didn't harm the rabbit, put the tooth under the skin. Every single rabbit ended up with that same illness that the person had with that tooth. So let me just say this, and I'm going to end with this. Perhaps you're like us, you have to wait. Doing this right now doesn't work for you for whatever reason. Please, all I can tell you is do this. Please make sure you're eating well. Drink a lot of water. I did an entire video on the 20 worst foods to eat. If you can afford, there's all kinds of detoxes out there that'll open drainage and detox you. If you're at least drinking clean water and eating clean whole food, then your body will be in a better state. And that's why we're waiting. I don't want to wait too long. You all get this, I'm sure you all understand, but you can only do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the finances, you don't have maybe you don't have anybody near you that does this, I don't know. But the last thing I'm going to say is if you have a titanium implant in your tooth, as well as root canals, as well as the silver, the mercury fillings, little by little, those should be taken out because that metal in the bone can deliver ions into your bloodstream that can trigger all kinds of autoimmune diseases. I've done many videos now on health. The people who watch me usually want to be part of the solution in the world. They want truth. So for me, doing these videos is perhaps the most important thing I can do. Obviously, doing Solomon's Porch on Sunday nights on Rumble is highly, highly important. One is more natural, one is more spiritual. But I heard this saying, you can't dry off in the shower. Obviously, you know what that means. But a person can only do what they can do as well. And sometimes your body cannot handle even a little extra load. And I'm going to share something with you so that you understand. I know what that is. The last couple of days, I've been drinking mostly distilled water. We actually got a distiller. I ended up on my back yesterday afternoon. Like I was out of it. All night, I was out of it. I was sleeping on and off, and I realized what was happening. I added to too much. It was detoxing too much. My body could not handle that much. I can only do what my body is capable of doing. You cannot eat an entire elephant, but you can eat an elephant one bite at a time. I'm not talking about eating an elephant. It's my favorite animal. But you could, the analogy I'm giving you, you could eat the whole elephant one bite at a time. Okay. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, no changes in your life will happen. And I understand it's tough. It's very hard. People don't want to hear this. I'm not one of those people that you're going to say, oh, you should watch Delora. Not everybody is open to truth. But again, if I could say, if there is one person watching me, there's 600 people watching me live, and I know there'll be thousands that'll watch me after this. If one of you says, I can do this, I can go and get a cone, I forget what it's called, that go to a biological dentist and get that 3D image. And you pull that tooth, and suddenly you're free of that disease. This was all worth it for me, even if there's one. So that's it. If you have a question, please put 3 question marks and the question. And again, I could go into more and more and more and more and more, and I can't because it's repeating the same thing over and over again. If you want more information and more in-depth information, then YouTube has a ton of information on root canal health, and I would do that. Yeah, Rebecca. Well, it's not only minerals, it's man, what is that called? Dennis, do you remember? I had to stop eating almonds. I had to stop eating certain things because of these. Come on, one of you know it. Oxalates. Thank you, Get Her Done. Because of oxalates. If you got a kidney issue, like I had twice, I had a kidney stone situation. I'm off of all oxalates now, pretty much, and I've got it under control. Okay, what about crowns? Well, if you had a crown done, why did you have a crown? See, I had a crown put on a tooth because of the root canal. If you had a crown put on, I don't know what any other reason you would have a crown put on, but maybe let me know. Can this impact someone with ALS? It can impact someone with everything. Everything. Okay? Bar none. Bar none. Oh, Vinny, thank you, sweetheart. I love you too, brother. What about adult teeth that never came down? I don't know, Forbidden, but this is what I did learn. If you've got wisdom teeth and they're still in your mouth and you're trying to save them, don't pull the suckers. That's all I can tell you. Okay, yeah, very good question, Lisa. Thank you. Yeah, you can get an implant, but not titanium. They now have porcelain implants. Okay, or if it's back here and you don't use it, just leave it. You know what I'm saying? So, I have a tooth down here that is completely dead. But it's not to bother me, and I'm leaving it alone. See, if I go, it's going to be thousands and thousands of dollars, and I can't. I can't do it. It's like I don't want to know. I know what's going on, but I can only do what I can do. You understand? And that's the point I want to make with all of you. You can only do what you can do. Crowns. Yeah, that's it. Crowns. That's off topic, Deborah. But be careful with moringa. You should start it little by little. That's what you're dealing with. Yeah, on topic, please, guys. Dawn, let me ask you a question. Do you, just answer me in the bottom, do you have any root canals? Should I have my tooth removed that I had a root canal done on? It has a crown. Susie, I cannot tell you what to do, okay? If I had the money right now to be able to do this and my body was in shape to be able to handle it, I would try to find a biological or holistic doctor that has the 3D imaging, and I would go and I would have that done. And I would probably have it removed, and praise the Lord, you only have one. I have 5. Okay, let's see. What about 6 titanium screws and bottom jawbone from jaw surgery? I don't know, but this is what I knew reading about titanium, Sky Blue, in your tooth, is that it can wreak havoc with infection. I would ask if you could. I mean, I would go if I could. Again, I can't right now. If I could, I would go get the 3D scan. The wisdom teeth were never meant to be removed. They never have told us they need to be pulled, but they don't. Look, I'm not saying they need to be pulled. If they're not bothering you, I'm saying when you have an issue with one, or you get a cavity and they say, let's save it, and put a crown on it and a root canal, don't pull the thing. Let's see. Betty Stock had 2 cancers, so mammogram merely is stressed by kinesiology. What is the danger? Is it like all imaging? Betty, write to me. Okay, I don't want to go down the road. Do not do a mammogram. Do not, my friend, do not. Do not. Ask for thermography or ultrasounds. You do not need the mammogram and the radiation you get from that mammogram year after year. And I'm shocked at your kinesiologist. Tell him to contact me. Shocked. I don't know. You can get the same thing with thermography and with an ultrasound. You could actually order your own ultrasound at a lab or an urgent care center. They cost about $125. Carol Finnegan, have you heard about titanium and hip replacement? I have not, Carol. I have not. But I would look into it. Okay, Renee, I was told that I needed crowns because the original fill needed to be replaced, and the dentist said it would probably not stay in place if the crown would hold much longer. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I only know what I know. Donald. Yes, Delora, we're electrical. Have you heard of grounding? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm all about grounding. Take my feet off and walk around in the grass all the time. There's also grounding pads you can get. Yes, absolutely. Very important. You guys look up that too. Not a question, but bentonite clay kills cavities. You can buy it from Redmond's. Totally, Susan. I know that, but it doesn't mean that it didn't go inside. That's the problem. That's the problem. Okay, forbidden. Seriously, my adult incisors that never pushed out the baby teeth look like Dracula's fangs retracted. I can't pull them out because they are behind the baby teeth. Again, I don't know. I'm not a specialist. I'm not anything. I'm a person that dispenses truth. I would, forbidden, if you are able to, go and get that scan done. Did you know there's growing evidence that wisdom teeth plays a huge role in our health and they should be saved? Of course. Listen, I would save every tooth, but if your wisdom tooth gets infected and you get a cavity and you need a root canal, pull that thing out. That's what I'm saying. Have you heard that xylitol heals cavities? No, I've not, Rachel, but this is what I know about xylitol. It'll kill other areas of your body. The answer is no to root canals. That's the answer. The problem is, for those of us who have a ton of them in our mouth, what do? We do what we can do. Is this the same for me who have breast cancer? Is the report on them along with women? Jules, it's the same for everyone. If you are dealing, this is what you need to check. First of all, I'd love to do this right here, right now, if it's possible, Jules F. Have you had a root canal? I'm not saying that you can't get cancer if you don't have a root canal. I mean, there's other reasons you get cancer. You could work in a factory with asbestos and get lung cancer. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying this is the way it seems. So I'd love to find out if you have had a root canal or a problem with your teeth at all, and if that's on the same side of the breast you have cancer. I'd like to know that. Caroline Phyllis, I'm not even putting that up. Caroline, you need to realize that you have a way that maybe, I don't know what it is, but my friend, and I love you dearly. That's all I'm going to say. Mammograms can give you cancer, most certainly. See, Sueson, sometimes not having the money to pay is for the best. Why do dentists always want to remove wisdom teeth? I hear they helps one's spiritual connection. Is that true? Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I think because a lot of times they get impacted when they're back there. They don't come all the way through, and then it causes issues. At least that's why. Get her done. I stopped having mammograms 15 years ago too. Thermography or ultrasound? Yes. Let's see. No, I don't think you should pull your teeth and get dentures. That's like saying, hey, my appendix could maybe go bad. Let me just remove it now. No, what I'm saying is, if you've got an illness or chronic illness or something that is a terminal, chronic, and even things like fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, and Epstein-Barr, all these named Lyme disease, and they're all ambiguous and obscure, and you've had issues with your teeth, root canal especially, I would get that 3D image and see if there's something that you can do to help it. My root canal got infected after 30 years. Wow. I said no to another one after they pulled it out. There was an infection there they found, but would not have been found. Fawn, smart woman. Smart lady there, girl. Smart lady. Hear from God, guys, really. My dentist told me to do vitamin K2, BK7 with D3. That would help with calcium bone. Just start doing that now. Maybe. I don't know. You know, I was told to take D3, and then I had all these tests with the functional practitioner and found my D3 was actually harboring me. I had so much in my body. Jerry, what about bone grafting in your teeth and gum surgery? You know what, Jerry? You're in a place on Long Island that I'm sure there is these cone, and I always forget the name of it. Cone, whatever it is. I'm sure one of you guys will tell me. The 3D imaging, the cone imaging. I would, if you can, I would get that. I would get and check your whole mouth and everything, especially, my friend, if you're dealing with any kind of chronic situation. Where do you get tested? Like I said, it's with a holistic or biological dentist. They usually have the equipment that'll do the cone imaging. Yeah. My daughter almost lost her life twice after 2 separate dental procedures. She has many immune issues. I think it's from her teeth. I always felt, look at Debbie, if she can get that done, please do it. It's a few $100. It's well worth it. Heard they can grow teeth, but DDS aren't. Gee, new teeth due to money. Have you heard of the treatment? No, I haven't. I haven't heard of that, David, but it could exist. Obviously, I haven't heard of everything. Sky Blue, I have titanium rods and screws in my spines in 2007. Should like into this. Email me, ddgathering@gmail.com, or Delora@DeloraOBrien.com. I've not been getting a lot of stuff from DD Gathering, and it's bothering me. That Gmail is stopping some of my mail. And let me see if I can get some information, Sky Blue, for you. Okay. Oh yeah, same for men too. Oh, prostate cancer, all this stuff. Absolutely. Petrichor Ranch. Well, I'm happy you could join us from Homestead, Arizona. Well, look, Sue, that could work for you. The problem is it's probably in a plastic jug. Is it BPA free? That would be the first thing I would want to know. Maybe it works for you. I don't. I'm off it for a bit now. Dentures, teeth pulled. You're probably better off than all keeping 5 root canals in your mouth like I have. Yeah, I understand, Pamela. I get it. I would get checked if you can. Let's see. The pap smear, it's a little off the beaten path here, but write to me. Had a dream last night about lipstick with zinc in it. Be careful. Let's see. Any others here? Oh, thank you, Jules. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. Let's see. Jerry, already had 2 surgeries and grafting on the right side. Don't want to let no chronic conditions. Thank God. Praise the Lord for that, my friend. Praise the Lord for that. You know, you don't want to, it's like people say you don't want to poke a bear, but I know the truth I know what's going to happen. I get that cone done. I'm going to end up down another whole road. And I got to take care of the body and the situation I'm dealing with in other areas first. Hold on. Yeah. It's Delora@DeloraOBrien.com. Okay, Sky Blue. Fluoride, same insanity. And no, let me give you something that I realized even more, and then I'm gonna go. But zinc is not bad. It depends on, Dawn, what else is in it. One can exacerbate different things. You really got to check this stuff out. It's pretty crazy. I was actually praying about a situation in our home and in Jenna and Richie's house. They live right near us. And we were concerned about EMF. And I'm going to do a show on that. I promise you. I told you I was going to probably Friday. Maybe I'll do it Friday. So we were checking. We got you can buy them anywhere. They're not very expensive, but you can check the EMF, electromagnetic fields in your own house, okay, and where you have the worst coming at you. Because a lot of people, like Charlie, if you saw Fab 4, his leg is twitching, and that's from EMF. So a lot of people get a lot of things. They get burning, they get all kinds of stuff. I've discovered that if you think about it, now think about this. You go to get your teeth x-rayed, they put a lead sheet on you because x-rays cannot penetrate. EMF cannot penetrate lead. So what do? They make up a whole thing that kids are getting lead poisoning. And then what they do is they rule that paint can't have lead in it. Do you realize that the lead in the paint would have stopped the EMF from coming into our house? And then if we covered our plugs, we would be EMF free except from our devices. My own thought. Anyway, okay. Thank you all for jumping on here. Please, if you are chronically ill, or you have and you have root canals, or you have cancer or something, please do what you got to do to check it. Let's see. I see that, Ro Howard. Yeah, another story about having an infected underneath. But let me go. I will be here all day. I know that you guys get hungry around 1. Got to go have lunch with Dennis. So let me just go over this tomorrow. Email, you want to be part of the prayer thing, go here, subscribe. Sending out the email tomorrow. We are taking it back. Beef, greatest beef. Oh my God, I can't even tell you. And we are taking it back.com. If you haven't joined me in getting all the cleaning stuff and everything, go there and we'll contact you about how you can get involved. If you're already involved and you want to now look into the beef, contact the person that you spoke to. Okay, joincountry.com. God's got this. This is the OG. Like I said, I have like every color. I wear this all the time. People go like this when they walk by me. I say, God's got this. It's great. Also, the bracelets. What I do with? Oh my God, my bracelet. What I do with my bracelet? Anyway, here's the necklaces. Wow. Oh, I want that bracelet. Where'd it go? Here's the toggle with the crystal and the God's got this. So go check that out. This is gorgeous. The angel feather. And then obviously Psalm 91. We got a few more of those in. We get them. When we get them, we put them up because people want them. Hold on. There it is. And then the creme de la creme. Crystal bracelet on an Israeli bracelet mold. This is antique silver. It's got a lobster claw clasp. It's got faith, and it's got the angel feather. This is like Austrian crystals. This is absolutely gorgeous. Free shipping, guys, on all of this stuff. And the bunch of people that just got on, go back, rewind, and listen. This is an important one. It supports this ministry. Yes, Susan, thank you for saying that. Thank you very much for saying that. It supports this ministry. God bless you all. I love you all. And I will see you Friday for 2 shows back to back, few hours in between, OTC and then Fab 4. But go here and sign up so you can become part of the Gathering Prayer community. Okay? Love you all. Hope you get this to people that are suffering with terminal or real chronic illnesses. Please do that for me. Okay? I love you. I'll see you Friday. Go in the power of God. Ciao.